Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy in the building, Dollar Mel, and I'd like to introduce to you tonight's speaker, the young Jedi, one world, one hood. And I really like this young man because when he decided to go live, he came up with that phrase called 6 different ways to make a voltage and paying for it's not one. Free energy. Now, please hold your applause because it's not needed. Just smash that like button. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you share. And let me get a 1 if y'all can hear me in the chat room. And let's have some fun. Let's see what's going down. All right, all right. I see spirit, light, body. And actually, today's show is really all about him. So it's good that you're there. You know what I'm saying? I see Ramsey, my man. Yeah, I see Ra. I got all y'all on my magic mirror right now. If y'all can't, if you don't say nothing, I don't see you, you know. But then I see you anyway, because we all reflection. Hold on, let me see about getting the panel stuff here. Hold on. So I can get spirit right up in here. What's this? What's this? Alright, hold on, bear with me. Can I make this close? This one. What can I do? Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to get the share the share link over here real quick for you. And I post that up in there. You know what I'm saying? I need y'all to hold 1 second. Am I muted? Oh. Oh. Yeah, hold on. Oh, I can't tell if I do that. No, it's still going. Mute this. It ain't muted. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay, it wasn't that one. Let's try this one. There we go. Let me copy this link. And like I said, today's live stream is all dedicated for our brother Spirit Light Body, and because he's building right now. Yeah, so we wanted to make sure that he got all the attention that he needed. And That's what it's all about right now. So, Spirit, I just put the link in the chat room, and anybody else who wants to, if y'all want to talk, or you know what I mean, y'all can join. Yeah, so we're gonna go over today the Gary Destroyer, and I want to make sure that he has all of the insight he needs on his building, and we'll be able to go over some more Q&As while we're here. Maybe a little flat Earth talk while we at it. You know what I'm saying? We do like doing our little build. Yes, we get some flat Earth talk. I'm gonna tell you. I had who's that? Reno. I see you. Okay, we got the auto glass doctor in the house. You know what I'm saying? From Tampa. Oh man, I know the weather got to be a lot better than what I'm having out here. That's for sure. Oh, yeah. So I was just talking with Chris. He's the first graduate that built his Gary Destroyer and got it working, and he's now doing some your Spirit, hit that link. Come on up here. Holla at me. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Gotta get you up here. You know what I mean? Just like I said, this one is all about you. I want to make sure that you got all of the insight you need. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's gonna be a lot. You might want to get something. Uh, yeah. Yeah, bear with me. A little cold coming in. I got the corona. Yeah, come on in. You got the link there, right? All right, all right. I see Marlon Brown in the Hate House. Yeah. Yeah. Again, well, it's gonna be forever for that. Yeah. So where was we at? You coming up in here, Spirit Like Body? Did you get there yet? I don't see you on the thing. Okay, where we at? So you got your wires, you got your stuff ready to hook up. We was talking about building that coil. I remember last time, and the coil, like I said, if you're gonna try to do that without building a little device, let me explain to you. I showed you the picture of my little device. I don't even know if I didn't put no slides up on this. So, like I said, yeah, it look like it's gonna be a minute before I get my slide game down with y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I'm working on this though. You know what I'm saying? Bear with me. But what was I saying? Well, let's just. I need to get some ice. I need to get a focus. I'll be smoking. So we was talking about. Come on, somebody remind me. What y'all got? Tell me what we just saying. Yeah, it can't be like that. He got his wires, and and you need an apparatus to help make your coil. All right. No, Spirit, I still don't see you up in here yet. Are you in here and I just don't, and I'm just missing it or something like that? Let me, I put it out there again if you need it. Boom. Paste. Yeah, so, we're talking about the coil. Yeah, and, when I'm making a coil, the first time I made the coil, and I got my 2 wires sitting on the floor, you know what I'm saying? I made my nose. I tried, okay. I tried to wrap it around the coil, and I'm wrapping it, and it's cool. But, you're really doing it manually. And what happens is that if you don't have enough stamina to actually complete and finish the job, you're gonna wind up having a lot of strands of wires just all spooling up around the place. Next thing you know, the coil that you're making gonna get loose, and that becomes all loose, and then that's not good because you want to keep everything kind of tight as possible. So that's why I built that little apparatus that y'all see in the back chat or something like that when I posted those pictures for you to be able to keep everything tight. So the 2 wires was on one side going over to the one spool that I'm trying to wrap both of them together now on a spool. Oh, so yeah, ouch. So yeah, and now what I'm saying now, as you're doing this, I need to keep it tight. So I got my little apparatus, and I got the nuts and bolts keeping it, tight together with tension. So that way, as I spool on one side, the everything stays tight. You understand? So that way, when I get tired and I put the thing down, everything is still tight together. If you got it loose and you're just doing it by hand, when you put things down, what I'm saying, you're gonna mess things. It's gonna mess it. It's gonna uncoil itself. So that's why you're either gonna tape it up, you're gonna do certain things like that to make it keep. Oh, I see the goddess in the house. Happy Valentine's Day. Jay Royals in the house. You know what I'm saying? So, oh, Bruce Leroy. That's you know what I'm saying? That's the first Super Saiyan before Goku. Bruce Leroy had the glow. You know what I mean? Yeah. So well, Sam. Oh, okay. Spirit Light Body. I see you. Let me add you in here.
What's going on, big dog?
Boom.
Doing all right, man?
All right. What's going on, bro?
Man,
Yeah, I
shoot,
hear
I'm
you
good,
now.
man. Hell yeah, that's what's up, dog. Hell yeah. Hanging tough, bro.
Well, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah,
So how you
yeah.
looking? How you looking with your build going along now? Like you got all your parts, or what you don't have yet?
The only thing I'm waiting on now is the box, of course, and then the grain of wheat lamp, which was supposed to be here like 2 days ago, and then I just got the notice yesterday that it's actually late. So I'm like, oh, come on, man. But I got the transistor. I finally got this in the mail yesterday. So I gotta mark the E and the B on it, right?
Right. That's what
Okay.
the E is for the emitter, the B is for the base. C is the collector. Now know that the collector is the whole entire shell. So anywhere that you touch on that shell, that's the third pin.
Right. Oh, dang.
You get it? So that means you can connect to anywhere, anywhere in that shell for that third pin.
Right. Wow,
And
that's deep.
and that also lets you know that when you put your diode on the transistor, you don't
Yeah.
want want to go straight from pin to pin. You don't want it to touch the base by mistake because hold on.
Oh yeah, you straight, bro.
Because the base is a whole nother pin itself. So so that's why you want to keep everything, free, independent
Right.
from each other. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Peabody grind. I see you. Fly bird.
Peabody. Yeah, that's my
Happy
dude.
Valentine's Day. Flowers to all the ladies. You know how I do.
Yeah,
I'm just not in the chat room to actually be able to send my flowers out this time, but I'm with y'all. You know what I mean? Yeah, so what you need to be doing right now while you're waiting on your stuff is you can be working on your coil. You know what I mean? You could be working. You got to get that coil together, and and I would suggest you to, especially as your first time, it might take you a while on your first time, until you get your system down. But I suggest you to keep going until you finished with all your wire. You know what I'm saying? Like don't get tired and put it down. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna stay focused, just keep going, because once you lose tension and it starts to get slack on it, it's gonna start unraveling, and you don't want to loose coil. You want to keep it pretty tight. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then you're gonna actually use or try to use all of the wire that you have on the other spools.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, you know what I mean, or keep going until you run out of wire or until the spool that you're using is filled all the way up and you ain't got no more room. You don't want to be falling off the side. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. Hey, I meant to ask you, bro. Y'all was at Walmart last night and I found some fishing line. Do you think if I pull that line off of that spool that I could use that?
I mean,
see, I don't know if that plastic would be equivalent to the plastic on this right here, or am I just better off doing like you said, just getting some to wrap this around and using this one? Don't take that chance, because I think it's about the same size, but I think that this one is just, like this is thicker, and then this has a hole where you can go all the way through.
yeah, you see, because now the hole that you're going to be able, that's where you're going to stick your ferrite and stuff in there. You know what I mean? And wherever you got that reel from, I'm assuming that that's how the rest of your reels is coming.
Yeah, let me check this other one real quick too.
Maybe you want to try to get from the same guys or something, so at least that way all your reels will be looking the same. You know what I mean?
Right.
All right. You know what you can do maybe. I went. I got one of those spools that come with that that white tape that you put on the plumbing things. You know what I'm saying? You might be able to get spools for that for cheap. You know what I mean? And just take the plumbing tape off.
Right.
And just use the spool. You know what I mean? You know that little bit of white tape thing that they be putting on the edge of the pipe before they screw stuff on? Yeah, that Teflon tape. There you go. Shout out to Bruce Leroy.
It's you think it's big enough to do it? I know some of them are real small. Maybe they got some bigger ones I just ain't seen.
Yeah, they got some bigger ones and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Who's that? That's your Valentine over there?
That's my wife right there, man, and my son.
Hey.
That's Miss Body Grind. How you doing there?
Yeah, man. Yeah, buddy. That's my
Okay. And flat power to you all.
Oh yeah, that motherfucking electrical power, brother. Always, you know it, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
All day, dog. All day. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Oh, I can't wait, bro. Dang, I can't wait. I can't believe that, daggone man. I ain't never had that happen before. They send me a darn message talking about that grain of wheat lamp is gonna be late. Like, what? Like, Talking about if
Yeah,
it wasn't here
and
by the day or something.
and
What's
that
it?
grain of wheat lamp, that's like one of the only parts that you buy that they're only going to send you like a one or two. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, yeah, everything else you bought, they probably send you a whole packet of them. But that grain of
Yeah,
wheat lamp, they only want to send you like one or two of them things for some reason. You know what I mean? So
man.
that,
Yeah,
that
that's
that's
weird.
something powerful.
Yeah, man. Like the original pack of transistors I got, I could have swore it was more than one, but this one that I just bought the other day and it got here way faster. They only sent me one. Man, that was weird.
Oh, you're yeah. You're gonna need for that. Buy the, you know what I'm saying. You could probably get like 10 or 20 of them for like $10 or something like that. You know what I mean? So
Oh,
out,
for real? How many am I gonna need for this?
huh?
How many? Excuse me. How many do I need for this?
Well, you only need one, but you know what I'm saying. But you might burn it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you gonna start creating voltage or something like that. You know what I mean? If you make a mistake, any little mistake that happens, that's gonna be the first thing to go. Like I was just talking with Chris, and he was talking about that he's having his first issues now, and he was like he thinks he must have fried it or something like that, and I'm like, yeah, because when he was telling me the way he turns it off, and I was
Yeah,
like, he just disconnects it, and I was like, well, see, when you first starting off, that's how you can just disconnect it. You're dealing with it on a small level. But
right.
he stepped his up to another level by adding another coil to it. So now he added more power to it, and then, and like I said, and from that point, you know what I'm saying, when he just disconnecting it, ain't really a good thing, because just because you disconnected the power battery, the spinner's still spinning. So as long as
Yeah,
that's still spinning, it's still collecting a voltage. You know what I'm saying? And it's being stored inside the coils. So you know what I mean? And because you just disconnected one side, I says that all of that power is trying to go somewhere, and that actually the transistor is a switch that can work in another direction. So it just backfeeds so much power, you wind up frying it.
dang. Yo, that's crazy. Yeah,
I,
I can understand that though. That's a lot
well,
of darn power, I imagine.
after a while, you'll be getting it after you get yours going, and you see the different mistakes you made and the different things that you're gonna try, and you're gonna say, well, damn, I tried this and I got a problem, and then I tried that, and you know what I mean. You'll see, and
Right.
then it starts to open up your eyes on life and how things do go to working anyway, because everything just don't work the way people think it works. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
But there is a way to make it work. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
that
saying?
makes sense.
I
Yeah,
see
that
C
makes
dot.
sense. That
Dot
makes
dot.
sense.
I see
Yeah,
C dot. My magic mirror. You know what I mean? Yeah.
that's dope.
It's like, what happens is that when it's like when the light comes on, you know what I'm saying? When the thought becomes a reality, and it works. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We just into the truth, and how to make things work. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we're all about over here. You know what I mean? So I'm
Right.
into we gotta test these things out for ourselves. We just can't believe because they, you know what I'm saying, because they told us to believe. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, we gotta
Right.
test these things out, and we gotta know for sure, because we don't want to get hurt. You know what I'm saying? And we don't want to look fools at the time. Man, if I show you how many different projects and stuff like that I've tried just to trying to get to this point, you know what I
Right.
mean? If you look at how many different YouTube videos where they're all bullshitting, giving you these things that don't never gonna work, you know what I'm saying, that to keep
Right.
you frustrated, you know what I'm saying? If everybody
Yeah.
out there told you the truth, and just gave you the answer, you know what I'm saying, then there wouldn't be much power to their knowledge. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can only imagine, bro. Like, hey, this is a little fidget spinner I got. I seen the one in that picture you had though. it was like you had it like broke down though. This is stainless steel. Will this work still?
Steel. Well, you're putting a magnet on it.
Right. Let me see.
So you probably don't want to use steel because you're gonna have magnets all on it. I mean, it will be in effect because it's going to rest with the
Yeah,
magnets. You
yeah,
know what I mean? You
it's
might, you know what
definitely.
I mean? And then when I use the plastic ones that I do, I actually took off the that weight in the centers. I took those weights off too.
Yeah, I seen that. Okay, all right. Maybe I'll try and get one at like a store or something. Find a plastic one.
Yeah, you get a plastic one, or you can order them things online and stuff like that. You'll find it too. A matter of
Yeah,
fact, wasn't you at Michael's? Didn't you? Wasn't you at Michael's getting some stuff?
yeah. I went in there looking for the box.
Yeah, they got the fidget spinners at Michael's. That's where I bought mine.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I know. Man, there's a Target right across from where I'm at right now too. I might try in there too.
Right.
Yeah, it is a
Right.
Walmart over
Now, what I was saying the other day, I was talking with Jay Royal in the chat room. You know what
there.
I'm saying? And I was saying that if the period. Well, this is just quick jump off, but we still on. You know what I'm saying? We just want to say that real quick. I was saying to her that a period is a female's body way of getting toxins out of the system. I says, and if there was no toxins going into the system, then you wouldn't have a period. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I said, yeah. This I'm just stuff I'm getting with Dr. Sabi. You know what I'm saying? That's all of that stuff. So when he starts to talk about the mother, and when you was dealing with mama in her natural state, you know what I'm saying? When you was natural and she was doing things of nature, you know what I'm saying? She was naked, you know what I'm saying? In the garden, she was one with nature. She didn't have toxin in her system. She didn't
Right.
do all of these things that we did, right? So she was naked. She wasn't bleeding, running down her leg, and nothing like that. No leaves bunched everywhere because she didn't have period like that. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Right.
right, and then when these women are in their natural state, when you're dealing with nature, nature has a way of being able to make a way out of no way. You know what I'm saying? You see, in other words, like if you take a whole bunch of like male fish and keep them captivated in an area, nature will make one or two of them turn into a female to make sure that life moves on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of animals, everybody when they're in a natural state, Mother Nature has a way of being able to do these things. So because of that, saying that if a woman was in her natural state, would she be able to cycle on her own to reproduce to keep life going? Well, yeah, because if not, then you wouldn't believe in an immaculate conception.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And of course, to all of our
Definitely.
Christian and Bible people, I hope y'all know that Jesus isn't the only one with the immaculate conception. Even in the
Yeah.
Bible, it lets you know that for you to have for all kings and people of royalty, those big kings and pharaohs all come from immaculate conceptions too. See, in order for
Right.
you to be a king, you had to come from immaculate conception or something like that. So I don't want y'all to think it was just Jesus. No, it was no. You know what I'm saying? Go read behind that. Like I said, don't believe me. Just go check it out. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Like, yo, look into it, man. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I tell people just go check it out. Don't believe me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah. I say the same thing, man. Like, yo, look into it for yourself. You'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. It's not like you can't find this stuff, man. This is an information age, man. It ain't no reason to be, uneducated, so to speak.
Yeah, but you know there's just a lot of bad information out there now. You know what I'm saying? And people don't know where to go. You know what I'm saying? They don't even know how to search. They go to the first thing that they see that's controversial, and I don't know how they do that. I don't get it. I tell everybody, do you really
Yeah,
listen to both sides of the story? Are you listening to everything, or you just want to hear what you want to hear? You know what I'm saying? I
right.
says I try to take in the whole thing, and then so I can make a real answer, not one of these biased, you know what I'm saying, answers and stuff like that, because I just want to win. It ain't about winning. It's about getting the truth. It's about being right. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And these
Yeah.
people having a problem because they want to keep talking about this version, or everybody want to talk about their version. And I says, well, there is no version of the truth. The truth is the
Yeah,
truth.
right. The
There's no
truth
other
is.
version. So, you know what I'm saying? You know, even like with the Bible, you got too many versions for you to says that, you know what I'm saying, we got a problem now. What, you got
Right.
James version this, or what version that? Well, what version of the truth? The truth is the truth, and it's only one version of the truth.
Yeah.
But if
How
we
they
got
keep.
but if we got different versions, that means there's nonsense going on this.
Yeah. And someone's bending some, changing some, switching some, and when you do that, it alters the entire thing. It's no longer, what it is. Now it's some other shit.
Exactly.
Thus, the giant mess that we have today. Like, yeah, that shit's bad. Yo, hold on one second, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Where we at? Where we at?
Yeah, yeah. Yo, I definitely gotta see about. Maybe I can get one of them. I got a tube in the car, man. I wonder, like if I wrap that wire around the tube just to get this coil free, like wrapping it around that and then unwrapping it, it shouldn't mess it up. Like it's not gonna like bend it, out of shape or nothing, right? It should be all right. Cause
I
this
ain't
wire
not
feels.
worried. Now you're not worried about its shape, but you are worried about not making a mess. You don't want to make uh a knot in the wire. So that's why you want to keep it. You want to keep it some tension on it. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So let's just say, for instance, uh, you got the two coils on one side,
Mhm.
and let's say you got a rod going through them. You know what I'm saying? Holding it up. You know what I'm saying? So you get, and that way you probably got it wedged between something. That way you can pull and pull right off of it and keep going. You know what I'm saying? All right, that's cool. But the side that you're collecting the two on as one, that you're spooling it up,
Yeah.
you want to make sure that stays pretty tight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you might want to put something through that and what I did was I put a handle on it, so that way I can just reel the handle. You know what I mean? Because other than that, you just be turning it by hand, trying to turn it by hand. So I made like a little handle on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had seen that, man. Yeah, that shit was smart, bro. So
Yeah.
like, so the two spools need to go in. So like, what I'm saying is the coil, you have the two coils, but each coil is gonna have both wires on it,
Yeah,
or
yeah, you got when you get your wires, you're gonna have like one spool is probably like 24 gauge, your other spool is
yeah,
26 gauge, right?
that's exactly what I got.
Okay, well you're gonna take that and then you're gonna take them both together, pull them both together, tie it as one. If you want to twist them the end together, if you want, you can. And
Yeah,
and then you stick it through another spool, have enough hanging out the edge. You don't want to just start off with just a little bit hanging out the edge. Give yourself, a good, 8 inches, 10 inches or something off the other, hanging out the other side, and then start
right.
wrapping it. So, start going around and, around and around and around. You fill up the whole side and then work yourself back and forth and back and forth and keep spooling it up until you use up all the wire that you have on those two spools.
Right.
You want to put those two spools together as one spool. That's basically what you're trying to do. And you want to
Okay.
have,
Yeah.
and
So
then you're
both
gonna
of these will go on to one, but hold on. Like I'm making two coils, though, right? So when it makes enough for one, then I need to cut it and do the same thing and put it onto another one. Is what you're saying?
no. What I'm saying is that you're gonna take those two spools and spool them up as one spool, and you're gonna
Right.
use all of the wire.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's really what you want to do. You want to use all of that wire. You want to make those completely one, and make sure that you have at least 8 inches of wire hanging off of each end.
Right.
You know what I'm
Uh,
saying? And then there you go. And then after you get it all the way done, tape it up so that way it's it doesn't get loosened up. You know what I mean? There ain't no more mistakes. And then you should have the spool with two wires hanging off of one side and two wires hanging off the other side.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
So
So like I said,
ultimately,
whatever side you start off with, or you have the wire ending off at, you want to
yeah.
end the other side with the wire end the opposite side. So that way, there's no mistake. Two hanging off one side of the spool, two hanging off the other side of the spool.
Right. Okay.
and
So
then
so the
you
two
won't have
are going
no
to become
and then
one.
you won't have no mistake of what you're doing because one wire is bigger than the other wire, so you'll know exactly what you have when you're dealing with it.
Right.
What do you want, little
Perfect.
girl?
So yeah, I got the 24 and I got 26. So okay,
You
so
got
boom.
you got some a little soldering device. You're gonna solder it.
Yeah, yeah, I sure do.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I actually just got this.
it's not easy soldering to that transistor body. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be simple, but that's why you saw me wrap it. I show you I wrap the wire around it, and that's what makes it hold solid. And then you can just drop a little bit of solder in
Right.
between the wrap.
Ah, hell yeah. Right on, right on.
Yeah.
Make it done. Get out of the way.
So definitely you wanna start on your coil and get your coil done out of the way because that's gonna be the longest. That's gonna be your longest and tedious part. Once you get the coil taken care of and the rest of your stuff come, you can start putting it. Did you get your potentiometer yet?
Yeah,
Okay,
uh
okay.
right here. Yeah, sure do.
You will not swim if you keep on being loud.
It's
Okay,
got
yeah. So and what size is that? You put you said what 1 to 5K or something like that?
um it says 1K
1K?
OHM. Yeah,
Yeah,
Does
1K
it need
is
to
good.
be 1K is okay?
Yeah, that's good. So
Okay,
so
okay.
that yeah, so that's gonna be how you find your resonant frequency. But like I says, once you start to do this, you know what I'm saying, and
Right,
you get it working, you know what I'm saying, that's when you'll be able to understand all of the stuff as you know what I'm saying, as we break it down, you know what I'm saying, you'll start to really get an understanding of even what resonant frequency is and all of these
right,
things because you'll have it working in front of you and you'll see it reacting in in a way, and you know what I'm saying, you'll be saying, oh, I get it now. You know what I mean? A lot of people they don't get it just because you read
right.
it, you know what I'm saying, until you do it and then you gotta have hands on, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah, that
you
makes sense.
can't be an electrician just because you have book knowledge. You gotta have the physical, the hands-on. You gotta have to really understand. So there's a difference between the college person and the field person. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
that's
that makes sense.
experience.
Yep. That's like you hear a lot of doctors say, like, you know, like that all that schooling and stuff, you know, it's not until they start doing hands-on with people till they really start to learn, you know. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I tell a lot of people all the time. I says, yeah, you talk a good one. I says, but until you build your own, you know what I'm saying, and then you got things going, and like I says, and once you got this working and you got it
Right.
actually pumping, and you realize that you, especially when you first build it, you're gonna probably be able to make it work with a off a little to nothing, like like a AA battery or something. You'll probably be able to make it work off of. You'll be generating power. You know what I'm saying? And then and once you see that, once you see how small you'll be able to do it, you'll be able to
Right.
tell people that, listen, if I can power this place up off of tap water, because all I got
Right.
to do is run my tap water in
Minute.
series, and you know what I'm saying, over to this, and then this is gonna pull up the whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yo, that's crazy. Like, damn. Yeah, hell yeah, dog, I can't wait, bro.
Give 'em to me.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. I'm excited for that shit.
Crack that open.
Get these coils figured out, and after I get that going, man, shit, then everything should start falling in line when I get this other stuff. Like, man, if I can't find a box anywhere soon in the next few days, man, I'm gonna just build one, man. Like, it can't be that difficult.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
But yeah, you good, bro.
Live streaming. Yeah, go on.
Hey, Turtle. What is that?
You're so loud getting on live stream. You got me coming out of here. She comes in on her phone. Here you go. Here's the phone. So please, stop streaming. Nothing. Yes, you are. Stop me streaming, yo. Everybody can hear you. That's too loud. Oy. All right. Somebody's trying to. It's pissing me off. I'm gonna. Oh, I see, bro. Was that Mercury? Yeah, we building. We're building the the Gary Destroyer. That's what we call it here on this channel. You're saying shout out to Gary. Now, it's a pulse motor, you can say. So
Hey, bro, I figure I got a compass. My bad, I didn't mean to cut you off, bro. I got a compass at the house or whatever, and I figured out which side is north on these magnets. So I got that. I got that figured out. Chris was right. This is the north side, and then this is the south side. So I got that figured out.
okay.
For just a second for me to-
I still want to check out that Gauss meter app you was talking about too, though, man.
Yeah, you just download that. It does a lot of interesting stuff, and it'll let you see how strong your magnets actually are too. You know, it'll give you the whole nine. Yeah, it's
Oh,
like,
hell yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
yeah, it's weird. Like this, when I gotta look. I need my phone and because looking at this chat right here on a computer, it's not showing me everything. But when I look on my phone, I be seeing all sorts of other stuff. So I don't get it. But that's why I need both of them while I do this. But anywho, yeah. So this is man, I didn't want to turn. I wasn't ready to turn my cam on. My place is a wreck right now, so I can't turn. I would turn it on to show y'all this, but my background is so crazy. I ain't gonna do that today, and I ain't getting no haircut in a long time. So you know what I mean. I'm
Nah,
gonna hold this one
I
out.
know what you mean, bro. I know what you mean. You good?
I'm gonna hold this one out today. But yeah, that's what this is all about here. Yeah. So what happens is that on this unit right here, what everybody likes to see is that we've actually taken I'm using rechargeable battery. So I got one battery charging another battery, and this unit is now creating and giving us alternating current and direct current, and we're able to use this without having to charge up the batteries ever again because this is self-charging. So what it does is it creates so much voltage that it's able to we're able to use it. I can turn lights on. I can power up your apartment or something like that. Well, for this one right here, no problem. And we're able to do that off of regular batteries. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, and never have to recharge these again. So we actually had a time when we had Gary with his engineer friend, and it came on live. We was in a I don't think it was live streaming, but we was in the back chat or something like that on, and and we had the camera on, and they actually got a chance to see it at the time when when the main battery, which was the battery that's pushing the fidget spinner, when that was actually dying. So you know what I'm saying, which is actually means I had it on. I used it for a long time before that shit started dying. But either way, it started dying. So the voltage was low on it. So I just says, all right, hold on 1 second, and I switched the battery from one to the other one, and then turned it back on, and then you watch the other battery charge back up to like probably 80% within the first 10 minutes, probably, if that. You know what I'm saying? And that's when they started not believing. I said, oh, it's not a real charge or this and that. I'm like, no, this is a real charge, and we got real meters and and um and some good sensitive meters at that. You know what I'm saying? Showing you that this battery charge is real. And like I said, and if it's not real, when this runs out, I'm gonna switch it back over again, and I'm gonna keep using whatever's there regardless. And I'm gonna keep powering up the house or whatever I'm using just between these two batteries. I can make one charge the other one, and in between, we can make all this extra voltage enough to power the house. But now, like I said, if we use too much, then we drain the battery. If we drain the battery, we just change it over to another battery and then keep it going. Like I said, it just swaps back and forth. So the batteries are actually alternating. We're alternating batteries, like we're making alternating current. So with the direct batteries, DC, we're making AC with the static and the spools, and we're making high voltages at that, and then sending it back to our charging battery, and all of those extra high voltages in between, we using that with by basic power. If that makes any if that makes any sense to you. You in here? Um, a brush motor. I mean, a pulse motor is a motor that's you know, it would be different. It's different, but it's similar because it's both a motor. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if that makes any sense. We're using a pulse system here. You know what I'm saying? Because we're letting the fidget spinner with the magnets on it induce our coils. You know what I'm saying? And so there's no brushes on our system. It's just pulses. We're just using pulses. We're trying to get as many as possible to use a steady stream of power. Because every pulse, when I showed y'all before, I don't know if you was on, probably look at some of the previous ones when I was explaining how a wave works and showing everybody how the waves and how we look at the sine waves and what's actually happening every time that the magnet is inducing the coil. You know what I'm saying? So we actually went over all of that. I gave everybody manually because that way, when I eventually get an oscilloscope in here and I start turning that on and y'all looking at the waves going on, you'll be able to already understand and know what we're doing because, like I said, we drew it out and we did it on a. Is that my man Dojo? Man, Dojo, we working hard. We working hard to get that goal. Don't whatever you know what's going on. We ain't forget. We working on that hard, boy. Woo, trying to get it there. But life is gonna keep throwing us some curveballs. But we know what the end result's gonna be. That's why we gotta make it happen. So I'm still on it very hard. Yeah, man. Shout out to Dojo. That's my brojo. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, yeah. So like I said, I'm working this new job here, and being a being a boss takes a lot more mental energy. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was just working on a lead, I was the lead guy. It was when I'm done with my work, I can go home and think about something else. But when you got to play the boss, you gotta be a psychologist or something like that with these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? So you thinking about this thing all day, and now my mental strength went away, and that's where I needed that extra energy
Hey,
to
my bad, bro. I didn't realize I was on the show.
yeah, you come on in, you can talk.
Hey, peace, man. I just want to have a bill with you on that free energy, man, because I know you're on a whole different level with it. And I see everybody trying to get on that level, but not so much. And when they're not really on the on the basic level. So I'm just trying to have a talk with you, and so we could bring some clarity on the bit on a basic level with the free energy.
Okay, ask away.
I mean, when I say the basic level, because I understand that you on a legend level, like on some Nikola Tesla shit, right? Like you're trying to build like everything from the ground. But what I was trying to tell a lot of brothers that's not on the panel today is that the material that you're trying to build or the product that you're trying to build, most of them are in our eyes using in different ways. So we could recognize these tools and start to connect the dot while we're finding ways to build our own shit from the ground.
Oh yeah, this is all technology is really man is either seen it in nature or they seen it within himself. You know what I'm saying? And that's all it is. All of the different technologies that we're using is either something that we already have in our body internally, and they figured out a way. They figured out how it works and was able to build this externally and call it technology. But it's not like man really came up with the thought power. You know what I mean? It's like
Right.
it's already here. Nature did it.
Right. We just reduplicate.
Exactly.
Right.
You know
But
what
what I
I'm
was saying is that like I understand that you building like your own generator from the ground, like even like the parts, like the coil, like everything, right? So what I was trying to say, right? Like for example, like one of my friend, right? He got a little garage. It's a two-door garage, right? A little shop. He don't pay for electricity, like in order for him to do anything he gotta do in the shop. He just pull any car in front of the shop, and he use an inverter to boost up the power, and he using power until he ready to go home. So what we need, we understand that what we need is a is a perpetuate motion. We need once we have that, we could generate the electricity, and we need to transform that. So that's why I was saying that we have these tools in front of our eyes, that they, the the government or the elite, they are not trying to use it for that purpose, because that's not what they want. They want to sell us the energy, but we understand it's free, so we could start using these tools that they are using in our eyes for that purpose, while we're finding ways to build them. I mean, to build our own version of that we need, because it's already here, using for different purpose, like a alternator, like a electric motor, like a inverter. You know what I'm saying? Like all of these things and more is already here. So we could just start connecting the dot and using the energy for free while we're building them ourselves.
Yeah, yeah. I see Pat's Nation in the house. I see the boy. I see y'all in my magic mirror. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, um, yeah. It's a, it's all, it's how they teach us how to view things. You know what I mean? And man's laziness. You know what I'm saying? Some people rather just pay for it instead of doing some work on their own. But they really keep us from having the knowledge, because all of the real smart motherfuckers, they using battery power, and they ain't telling you no more. Like that dude, um Eric Dollard,
I mean,
and
I
his
think that to cut you, I think it's just like a fire. You need some type of spark to start a fire. I think that's the purpose of using a battery. It's just like in a car. You could use a battery to start your car. After that, you could take the battery off. Your car still gonna be running. Your radio, your AC, everything's still gonna be running.
right, but shit. But in a car, that really can do more. But once you learn, I learned this. This is how I learned that I know that the car can do more. But what happens is that they somewhere in the car, because I'm not a car mechanic like that. I don't know where they hiding this information, where they hiding the stuff at. But I can tell you that every time that there's motion, if that engine is spinning and doing all that motion, there's supposed to be a static energy that's stored up in there. But
All
they
right.
have this car grounded out some way, so that way when you touch the hood or you lift things up, you don't get blasted with what I'm saying, from that static shock. You know what I'm saying? So
Can I give you a little bit of information? You know
uh
what a alternator is, right?
yeah,
Well, that's what the car need. That's what the motor use to together with the alternator to produce the power that it need.
yeah.
Because the
Yeah, yeah.
alternator,
So what I'm getting at is that it does more. But what happened is that they have the car grounded out, because there's static energy that's being created in there too. Because anytime that there's motion, you're making a static energy. That's what this motor that we have right here is doing.
yeah,
So,
that's the
but
alternator.
in a car, they have this car grounded out some sort of way, so that way you don't get that buildup of static charge, and you just allow it to go to waste. You said, I don't know if y'all see, like, a lot of these new electric bikes and stuff like that. They have something called regenerative braking, and as you put the brakes on, you actually build up some charge in your battery.
Yeah, but it's because the car is not using an electric motor. The car is using a a motor that needs gas. Or you get what I'm saying? So yeah, but when you're using the electric motor, right? What you need to power that motor is electricity, and what's gonna produce that electricity is that battery. And as soon as you get that power going, you get that motor going, and the motor is spinning the alternator, you get your electricity from the other end. So all you need right now is you getting 14 volts. So now that's when you need the inverter to boost up the power to 210, or I mean to 110 or 220. But to get the electricity itself, you need the motion, like you said, to spin the alternator, because the alternator produce electricity itself. Anybody will tell you that alternator produce electricity. Once you spin it, it gives you electricity. So all you need is a motion to keep spinning that alternator, so you could get that current. And once you get that current going, now you could send it out to how you want it, and you could. That's when all the parts come, like, so you could have it in a how you call it, because you know it's not coming it's coming like a signal. You know what I'm saying? So it's not coming like calm, like in the way it's supposed to. So you need the I mean, you know what I'm trying to say more, but you probably is the way I'm coming at with it. You probably don't realize what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you. I mean, just not exactly what I'm getting at though, but I understand what you're saying. You know, I'm talking about like a whole nother level of electricity. You know what I'm saying? By using static. When you're dealing with static, we're talking about the ether. You know what I'm saying? Any time that there's motion, there's static.
Yep.
Like when you walk across your carpet and touch somebody, you know what I'm saying, you shock them. You know what I'm saying, because you know what I mean, that motion, and
But
the
you
friction,
so true about it. You so true, because that motion,
frictions.
you could catch that motion and use it, but you could also have that you could also have that. I mean, you could also have it used. You got what I'm saying? It's the like the alternator is when you spin it, it gives you current. But if you reverse it, you could use it as a motor now. You get what I'm saying? If you
Yeah, all,
wire it.
all all motors do that. All motors do that. Yeah, I don't care if you could use your fan and do that. The same thing. The it's you could use electricity to make the fan blades move, or you can just use wind, make the fan blades move, and it'll make electricity. It'll work itself backwards. So a motor is a generator, and a generator is a motor. They're both the same thing.
Yeah, but I tried it though. It don't work though.
What don't work?
The motor thing. Like I tried the motor and try to spin it and see if it would give you electricity. I tested out with a. It has to be a certain type of motor in order to do that. But the alternator, once you reverse the wire, either way, either way. If you reverse the wire, it is gonna give you electricity, and if you reverse it the other way, it's gonna be like a motor. Now that's gonna use like as a fan. But when it comes to the motor, it gotta be a special type of motor to do that. It's not any type of motor that you could just reverse it. It's gonna give you electricity.
Yeah, yeah. The motor. Anything you do in forward work it in reverse. I mean, it might not work to your likings or something like that. But yeah, if you're trying to tell me that you can't spin a fan by hand, and now that fan is gonna give you electricity, or you're gonna get a voltage on the other side, then maybe you don't have the right meters to test or something like that. I mean,
No,
I don't
I told
know.
you, you're right about that. Like your ceiling fan and them old fan they used to have back in the days that used to have all them buttons in it, and you press it. That had different speed. These type of fan will work but they have certain little fan that they have. You could just put in your little room if you have, or in your car. Like these little fan, it's not gonna work because I done tried it before.
I don't know. I don't know what you was using. Maybe they had something. I don't know, some type of component inside of it. I would have to see it. You know what I mean? But I would I would look at any motor like a motor and use a motor how a motor works in both directions. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I would look at it. Like I said, I'd have to see what you was dealing with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you got like, to me, I did it. I did it. I understand that there is different mode. I don't know. I don't have the name like politically correct, like how to say it so you go know what type of mode I'm talking about. But I know there is different type of mode that and is one of them that could do that. That's when you reverse it. You could use the power. The other one it doesn't. Even if you reverse it, you don't get nothing.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, but you know, that's not nothing I'm a fan of. You know what I mean?
Right.
I find it real easier to just get it from how nature gets it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like when I said six different ways to make a voltage. You know what I'm saying? None of those different ways that I explained said anything about using an alternator. You know what I'm saying? So I mean that's like something that somebody their method that they made. You know what I'm saying? But they're still going through these methods of their inside that alternator most likely is friction. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about carbon and copper, you know what I'm saying, brushes and stuff like that going against each other. You know what I'm saying? They're giving off a resonant charge that we would call electricity at once it touches the end of a dielectric material.
I mean, you
You
100. Though. If you're talking about alternator, you 100. That's why I bring the alternator is different. The alternator is two ways, but the motor is one way. Is certain type of motor that's two ways. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you're gonna be right every time you go with the alternator. But when you go with the motor, you got to pick the right one.
yeah, I mean,
That's why I
I,
said with the car is the alternator. You know what I'm saying? So you could spin it and you get electricity on the other way. That's why I said once you have a motor to spin that alternator and you get that electricity in from the other side, all you need right now is to boost it up, and the car have all that and all that parts like to build to boost the current like to the level that it needs it. It just need the current. That's why you need the battery to give it the spark so you can have the motion going, and after that you can still remove the battery and everything gonna work fine until you shut it down.
yeah. I see backpack. I see Christopher Cobb. You know what I'm saying? We got the family, everybody coming in. You know what I'm saying? Nice for y'all to come in. You're a little late today, so please don't make a lot of noise when y'all coming in. Okay? There's still some room in the back, plenty of room in the back. No.
Yeah,
What's poppin', bro?
and if there is not enough, I get up, I'll hop off and let them come on.
No. You
I'm
good.
just
There's
saying.
room. Yeah. We got room. We got room. Like I said, man, if I would have known, like I said, I would have. Nah, I'm lying. I just didn't have the time. I would have. I would have. But there is something I wanted to get into y'all. What I was talking before.
Right.
You jumping. Y'all like jumping around. When I was giving y'all before, we went over phi and we went over the that Fibonacci sequence, and we started. You know what I'm saying? And we was getting into this fractal code. You know what I'm saying? We was looking at this fractal code that nature's giving, the hologram, the in the picture within the picture by using fractals. And what I'm gonna tell you is what I found is that man that we live inside of a fractal code designed by man, and they use these shapes and to be able to to resonate power. Now, before when we were saying that we know that they taking they harnessing our power, and I just didn't know, well, how the hell would they be doing it? And that's when I figured out that the shapes of the architecture that we live in is actually harnessing energy, and it can focus it and send it somewhere. So now check this out. I mean, like, people don't really. When I say this geometry, I want you to know that we can draw it on paper, but when man was building this, he does things by the square mile. So you're talking about building these things on such a big level that you can't really see the picture, the fractal picture that they actually been making. And now this is the kicker. See, they got us all in these areas. Let's say, like right now, they got you all charged up with all this Trump energy and got you thinking this and got you thinking. They got everybody on the same wavelength, talking the same crap inside of a fractal design that's that's made to harness energy and focus it and send it all into a particular area. Now,
So
it
do
can
I have a
sound
background?
crazy, huh?
Can you hear my background?
No, I didn't hear nothing.
Alright, good.
So now this can sound crazy, but we can actually see, even when I make the coil, when I make the flat pancake coil, and I showed how that took static electricity and sending it to high voltage just going around that coil, which is following the Fibonacci sequence of that spiral, is showing you that the shapes of nature, you know what I'm saying, does something with energy, and it can take a little bit and turn it into a lot. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we've seen with Liddy said. And now when we realize that man has been building his architecture, and you see a lot of it in those churches and temples when they do a lot of those shapes and stuff like that. But I'm telling you that it's bigger than that. It's more than just what was the shape of the temple or the shape of that church. It's the whole shape of the town. It's the shape of the this is what determines what north is. You see, if they make a web, it's like a spider's web, and they build like that. And in the center of the spider's web, they call that north. So everybody has their north, and this is how they build when they started building the society. They started at a central point, and they started building outwards. And this is the reason why all roads lead to Rome, because that happens in every place. They started building at a central point, just like how nature starts off with the seed and builds at a central point, and it grows itself outwards in a fractal design. And they've been doing that the whole time. You know what I'm saying? And until you pull yourself out the picture and you're able to see these things, you won't realize that no, man is a lot smarter and in bullshitting us, because they got the answer, because they're still doing this stuff right now in our face. You know what I'm saying? We live inside of a fractal code design that's most likely sending our energy somewhere every time that we keep watching TV, and they got us all riled up. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting you, you know what I'm saying? I'm just giving you, you know what I'm saying, how I see it. You know what I'm saying?
That's 100, because I feel like the earth is a duality, meaning literally, like as above so below, literally also just like you have left and right. So I believe like they only showing us half of the earth, and it's because it's only our half is what we been know about. So once they invaded our half, and they just closed the gate, and now they make it look like that's all that's there is only that is only our half, and they make trying to make it look like they're part of it, and everything that they know about is part of it. So I believe that's the reason they are taking our energy and send it and use it on their half.
Yeah, yeah. There's definitely a lot to this, more going on to this. It ain't just as simple. When I realized that even concrete, it doesn't make a difference. Once you hold, you see, when you're looking at those spirals and the columns, and you're looking at all these shapes and all of those Greek and all of those different, methodical structures, you know what I'm saying? Those is made with sacred geometry. That's made with a lot of math. It's not for no reason. What they did was they used architecture to freeze a pattern, to freeze a frequency. You know what I'm saying? Now you can either make this frequency by making, by using a frequency generator or something like that. I don't know, use some sand and watch the picture or pattern that it makes. And then they learn, and then they can, and whatever that pattern is that matches a certain frequency. Well, man learn to build in a certain patterns to be able to harness a frequency because they know that we live in the sea of waves.
Uh,
They know, you know what I'm saying? And this is what they use to harness to the waves for what their purpose that they want to use it for. You know what
can
I'm
I
saying? And
share
they've
my
been using architecture to do this the whole time.
can I share my screen for like 30 seconds and show you a picture? Okay.
Yeah.
But to share it for like 30 seconds, and then I'm like, can you see my main screen?
I don't see anything yet. I just see the alligator.
What about now? You can't see nothing yet.
No, not yet. That's facts, bro. I see you. I see what you're saying. You right.
You can't
But
see
like
this
I
picture
said,
right there.
huh?
You can't see this picture right there.
No, I still don't see no picture yet. Yeah. No, I don't see anything. How we doing with this? Man, it's Valentine's Day and all. You know what I'm saying? I say Happy Valentine's Day again to all the ladies. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, today's live stream was something a little special just for Spirit Light Body because he's about ready to get his Gary Destroyer built. You know what I'm saying? And we wanted to make sure he's got that all of the insight he needs because I can't type it all in the back chat. So I told him this one was all about it. I really wanted to give more, but because he's in the back chat already and I put a lot of stuff back there, you know, he'll be able to see it. And any of y'all, if you want to get part of the back chat, email or drop your, what I'm saying, email me at one world one hood at Gmail and leave your Gmail and we add you into the Hangouts. You know what I'm saying? And we get it in back there. You know what I'm saying? We debate some things. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, anybody who's got the proper knowledge or shows that builds their own they unit, They get to make they automatically graduate to the next room. There is a higher room for of learning where we go deeper. But we're waiting for some more of y'all to get in there. You know what I'm saying? I need more people to pick up the work. You know what I mean? So because there's a lot of different directions to be going into, a lot of different experiments that I have to make. There's a lot of, you know what I mean, like can't nobody just tell you what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what they say no more. I already know you can't tell me nothing. I'm gonna tell you because I put the hands on. I'm doing the experiment and I'm telling you the truth. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to what we read and people are gonna tell you all of this, but I'm gonna tell you the 90% of the words don't match up. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between the ones that do it and the ones that say. So you know what I mean? Small group. So that's why I said I need more guys in our area, not you know what I mean, to be able to put they stank on it. You know what I mean? So that way they can be like, yo, I had it working, everything was working good, and then I tried this. I went to go in this direction, and this is what I got. And I'd be like, oh wow, that's something I can use that. Let me try that one too. And then maybe I need to do that, you know. But if until we get more of us, you know, learning and doing it, you know what I mean? But you know, like I said, so far so good. Don't worry, we strong because this is real. I got it, and I'm an official electrician. So once I got it, I'm able to do all sorts of things with it. So the work, you know, it's unlimited what we can do with it. So it's just a matter of y'all getting y'all's. You know what I mean? Oh, Spirit Light Body, I see he's back.
Yeah, bro. I'm listening to you.
You was in there the whole time?
Yeah. I was just listening to you. Some kind of way I had knocked myself out, bro. I don't know.
Okay. Oh, okay. I see it. The boys in here too. Okay, I see. Now my thing's acting right. Okay, boom. All right. Let me see. I got everybody up in there now, right?
Word. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I got.
everybody in here now.
All
But
right.
I don't know
Introduce
why.
yourself. Introduce yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
what's up?
Raul the God, everybody know me by Raul the God, but I changed my name now to Rasa. So everybody know who I am.
What's up, bro? What's good with you, man?
Ain't nothing, just chill. What's good, the boy?
Oh no.
Y'all boys straight?
The boy, you on?
You probably still mute.
Hold on. I see type me something. I just sent him something. Well, he's in. I mean, I don't know. I ain't got him muted.
Nah, he probably got himself muted.
Yeah.
But I don't know why my screen is not sharing. I'm sharing it and you guys can't see it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me see if I. No, the only screen I can see is uh is wait a minute, something's trying to pop up now. Is that what that is? No, no. I just see spirit light bodies.
It's crazy. I don't know how to do it now. I don't know how to share it if it's not sharing. Because he's saying, right now, he's telling me to stop sharing. That means I'm sharing my screen, but I don't know how to make you guys see it.
Yeah, I ain't learned it yet either, bro. I plan on
Uh,
it though.
yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, I'm gonna write that one down. I'm gonna write that one down. I'll make sure we hit that one a little later. Cause I can't stay too much later right now. I
Yeah.
mean, You know what? I think these guys just want me to pay for this live stream thing. You know what I mean? They want me to pay, and that's probably why, maybe because it's free version, they're giving me all these kinks and problems, and they just want me to spend the money, and then it'll work. Oh, wait a minute! I think something's trying to pop up now. There's something trying to pop up. Yeah, it looks like something's trying to pop up. Let's add this to screen too. Oh, I got you in here twice. All right, I'm starting to see something now.
I see something now. It looks like ancient cosmology in four cardinal directions with the spiral of life in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looks like. That's what I see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got the spiral, and then it got the design going around like a fractal coding, a fractal designing kind of. You know what I mean? That's how exactly how that would work. It'll probably keep going all the way in. But
You can see the yin yang in it too.
right, I was just about to say, I was just about to go there. You'll see that in it. It's showing you the bullseye in two different types of ways. It X marks the spot and it circles down to the dot.
Right. Taurus field.
Y'all seen it?
Yeah.
I gotta get back. All right, let me get back on it. I just wanted y'all to see like it's four sides, right? It's as above, so below. You see, as above, so below. So the Earth too is the same way too. You got the left side, you got the right side, and you got the left side. So the right side is where we are right now, and that's and they come from over there to our side, and they're trying to make it look like it's only this whole thing, and they come from there too. Somehow they come from us, when really that's not true. Like this whole side belong to us, and they come from over there. They got a whole shit they hiding from us. So that's my whole thing.
Hmm.
So and you guys also see that's the magnetic field too, right? Can you guys
Yeah,
also
yeah,
right?
yeah. You should leave that picture up there for a minute.
You said leave it up there for a minute.
Yeah, we're studying that. Because then that would actually would mean more than four sides, right? Because we're looking at that as in 2D.
You ever seen it?
No, not now.
No. You're not looking at it right now.
No, it's not showing it right now. No. Man, I'm starving, man.
I don't know how I did it if I ain't doing it right now.
But let me tell you, I think we're gonna go do another live. I'm gonna do another live again this weekend. Um, as long as bro ain't going on, because Chris has got his unit and he can only he said he can only really come in on the weekend. So I've been trying to get a live stream with Chris going on, and he has his built already too. And I figured maybe we would do a little live stream where we both would show our units off and what they do. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, Spirit Light Body should have his stuff in by the weekend, but hopefully, or at least he could be doing something live with us on I think either Saturday or Sunday. What's the day bro be? I don't want to go on when bro's on. You know what I'm saying? So what he does Saturday? Yeah, he does Saturday, right?
Yeah, I think he does Friday day. But sometimes it just depends. Sometimes even on Sunday he'll go.
Yeah, I think Sunday I think we're gonna try for a Sunday. As Chris said, either Saturday or Sunday. So I think I'm gonna try for Sunday, and I'll get with Chris, and we'll come up with a time, and I'll put an early reminder out there about what time we're gonna, a countdown, and let y'all know, because definitely, I wanted him to show. I've been wanting him to show his off to everybody and see how simple. Because his is still in the very simple state, even though he added another coil on. So it would be nice
So he's got
get his going.
two or three coils.
Yeah. And then, like I says, and things is getting better on the job. So I'm starting to be able to get a little bit of free mind space coming home where I can work on next Friday's bill and then get all of the slides together. So I got time for that. But like I said, I still want to we want to do another live stream on Sunday. We want to show off 2 units. We want to show off the Gary Destroyer in its simple version, and we're gonna show it off in its more complex version. And I might even take the mini out and get that one going, because I did have a little mini one that I was working on, but I just got lazy and didn't finish it. But I could probably finish it live for y'all real quick on Sunday. Yeah, that'll be my motivation. Yeah, we'll finish that one live. That's a good idea right there. Damn, I keep coming up with good one. But in the meantime, let me look in the chat room, see if there's anybody who's here before I call it quits. Because I got, finally, the goddess is here. Alicia, okay, happy Valentine's Day to you. Thanks for coming by, God Body. I see you, bro. The only look, yeah, I mean,
It's crazy.
I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best that when I talk this stuff, that I'm saying it so in a simple. I'm trying to make sure it stays simple. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't really have to be all of that complex. And once we understand this stuff on a simple way, then we can add stuff on top of it, because we got all our decimals in the right spot when we do our math. You know what I mean? But a lot of people, they miss that part. But like I said, I think that I do pretty good with that. You know what I mean? We can talk this electrical, and we can talk magnetic, and we don't have to sound uh we don't have to use every big word in the book. You know what I'm saying? We can make it simple for everybody. You know what I mean? Yeah. I
What you
try.
mean on that, bro?
So yeah,
Hey, I appreciate you, bro. Yo, thanks for having me on, man. Yo, I gotta slide, bro. I gotta run to the store real quick.
yeah, I gotta do my thing too. Yeah. Kiss the baby, make sure the pampers stay dry. You know what I mean? And then you'll have a happy baby.
Yeah.
Hey, man, peace and love to y'all, man. Y'all take it easy, bro. Yo, hey, I'll be on the lookout for that for Sunday too, man.
Hey, peace and love, bro.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Hey, one word. I got one picture, right? I drew that myself, right? I'm about to my camera for a little bit. So it probably, I don't know how good y'all can you see it. But the lights is kind of, can you see that? Can you kind of see it? Can you see like the butterfly wings?
Yeah.
So we trapping one side, that because that's ours. That's brown and black people right there on one side, and the other one is a diverse of white
Come
people.
closer. Come a little closer for me. I want to see something. I'm trying to see something. Closer with the picture. Yeah. Keep coming. Keep coming. Let me see something. Sure. Okay. Yeah. 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 Because it may be something to that. Because it said like the Earth is like a crystal. So it
Right,
grows these crystals in it. You know what I mean? So we may just be on. I mean, they say we're in the realm of the Arctic Circle. That's what it's
right.
called. So there's probably is more beyond in other realms. You know what I'm saying? It's probably, you know what I'm saying, when you go beyond our ring of water, there's probably more. I wouldn't doubt that. You know what I'm saying? It would make sense.
To me, my thing, right? My thing is that like the North Pole is the center of the Earth. So after the North Pole, you have the whole other side of the Earth, just like when we're looking at the electromagnetic field that got two sides to it, the left and the right. So you got you if you start with the right side, and then when you get to the middle, there's a North Pole, and then when you cross that, you have a whole another side again, right? So this how I look at it. I feel like the Earth is just like that. That's why it be able to sustain itself. It's a big ass uh generator.
Yeah. I mean, I'll still be wondering, is there a flip side? Is there an opposite side to this? You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing. But like I said, that's still gonna be a long one. Um, but we could do that. We could do some more of this one on Sunday. Cause I gotta get out of here. I gotta run.
All right, definitely, bro. I ain't gonna hold you up, bro.
Yeah. So, but yeah, much love to everybody. You know what I'm saying? And come back Sunday. Let's do this one again.
All right,
You know what I
definitely,
mean?
bro. Thanks you for letting me come on the panel, bro.
Yeah, for sure. We could definitely. I want to see you back here again. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? And we get a little deeper Sunday.
You
It's just
already
that
know, bro.
it's just
I'm
so much.
here.
It's so much going on today. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
But
never come on
like I
the
said, shout out to everybody. Make sure y'all treat your loved ones right. You know what I'm saying? Happy Valentine's Day to all the ladies. You know what I'm saying? Peace.
All right, peace, bro.